Hello friends, and welcome back to the Gamer Down. This is your host Dark Hostess for Rift Insider episode number 6. And as you see, I've just arrived in Clonewood here, and I had to check out the sights. You know, when you see a flaming orb in the sky, you know, in a darkened environment like this, you gotta go look at it. And this is the spooky area of Rift. This is the Duskwood of Rift for all you WoW people out there, and you'll notice you know, like some similarities between WoW, you know, in a few areas here and there. A few of the quests are similar, but the modeling, you know, on these creatures is superb. The creatures look really nothing like WoW creatures, and here's one of the invasions, and you have to really be on your toes. I mean, you can be minding your own business, then all of a sudden a huge group of mobs, about 20 or 30 or more, will stomp down on you and ruin your entire day. So always be sure and check your mini-map when you hear the, you know, the horns blowing and you see the white warning on the screen and everything, because you know they're going to be coming down the main roads and even into the cities. So you're not safe to be AFK anywhere, really. And here is a fight with the main dude of Gloomwood, the werewolf, and this is the werewolf boss, and he offers some very, very nice rewards. But remember, you have to be in like the whole invasion to really take advantage of all the rewards. So if you're just in for the last kill, you're not going to get a whole lot out of it. But you know, if you've been in for like the whole invasion, and you also get an achievement with killing this boss. But the rewards were very, very sweet. I was able to almost buy me something really nice with just that one invasion there. Now here we are at the Darkening Deeps, and this is the about level 20-ish dungeon for Rift, and as you can see on my map exactly where it's located at, it is a little bit tricky to get to. You know, I kind of stumbled upon it while doing a quest, and you'll probably do the same because all of the quests are linear, really, and I've even been torn about like showing quests because everybody's going to end up doing, you know, these quests. And here I'm looking around a little bit so you can get an idea where it's located at. And yeah, since I was here, you know, I had to go inside. I couldn't resist that. You know, that had to be done. And I plan on doing these dungeons, and I've just been so busy with health issues and video editor problems and finding content for Rift Insider. You know, it's not easy. Like I was saying, like showing quests. Everybody's going to be doing the same quests, so maybe you might get some advantage out of seeing them, but you know, I'm not too sure how much advantage you're going to get from just seeing me do quests. I'd rather Insider be more informative information, and you know, more of oh wow, you know, that was cool. I didn't know that existed, kind of thing. And if you're near the Darkening Deeps, you might want to check out the cliff right above the Darkening Deeps, as you can see right here on my map. And you'll find this merchant. He sells a pretty nice bag, a 12-slot bag, and I don't believe there's a limit to it either. So you'll find it for a lot cheaper than you can at the auction house. And you'll find these merchants scattered around all over, and it's always advantageous to go see what they're selling, because they sometimes sell some pretty neat things that you didn't know existed. So yeah, definitely check these merchants out, and this one above the Darkening Deeps, get yourself a bag, because the price gouging has already began at the auction house. And over here I want to show you a little achievement you can get if you're in the Iron Passage. And most people would probably pass by this cave and not really think too much about it, but if you go inside the cave and click on the little sparkly inside, then you'll get a pretty cool little achievement for all you achievement getters out there. You know, I used to be really into them, and I know what it's like to really like achievements, so I might do a little more on that with Rift, because there's achievements all over the place in Rift. And here's the item you need to click on, and I'd already did it, and so I'd already got the achievement, but you can at least see what the achievement is. And you just say, if you see any sparklies on the ground, you know, you should always click on those, because they usually lead to something. an artifact or an achievement. And next thing I wanted to talk about was roles. And if you go to your trainer, you can purchase different roles. And you can choose a role like your tank role, your DPS role, your healing role. And what it will do is it'll change your souls and your talents on the fly. And you can have multiple roles. And the first one is pretty cheap. It's only about 30 gold. But the second one that you want to purchase is already up to like 3 platinum, and so I can imagine that it just gets higher and higher, and I imagine money gets much easier to make. I'm still pretty low level. I'm only level 22 at the moment, and money's not easy right now for me. And as you can see in this example, if you just press N, then you can change your role right in there. Real easy. I mean, it's very self-explanatory and very similar to WoW. If you've played WoW, then you can do this. As you can see right there, I just click on my different role, and voila, I've already switched. And that's one really awesome thing about Rift is if you don't like how your class is playing, just go change your soul, go change your role, and you're fit and totally different. And I have to say that's probably one of my favorite things about Rift. And now I'd like to show you some of the quartermasters. And a lot of you might not know out there, but as you've been doing quests, you've been earning reputation, and you might have enough reputation to already buy some decent items at the quartermasters. So be sure and go check out all the different quartermasters. Like here in the Defiant headquarters, you'll find quite a few, and a few of the recipe vendors, which I'd showed in a previous video for the Guardian side. And yeah, this is where you come, if you want to check out some of the quartermaster stuff. And this is just for this area. There's quartermasters in every area, and there's multiple factions. So you have to be sure and check out, where they're all at. Some of them are kind of hidden away. And here I just wanted to show you where a few of them are. There's also multiple ways to earn reputation. Doing quests is one way. Doing the invasions, doing the rifts. They're all each zone has a different faction. So, like I said, be sure and check out every zone. Look for the quartermaster, and you might see something you like. There are vanity items and things that you can't get anywhere else in the game, like pet-wise and stuff like that. Collectibles, people into collectibles. You definitely need to check out the quartermasters because they have all those cool things, and they seem to be really into squirrels. I've never seen so many squirrel pets and variations of squirrels in any other game in my life. But hey, I like squirrels too, but I like a little more variation, please. And here's the quartermaster for the Guardian side at Quicksilver. And as you'll see that each quartermaster is also pretty much zone appropriate. Like the level 15, 20, and 20 gear will be in the level 15 to 20 zone, and so on. So you really need to grind the rep at the level to take advantage of the items, really. And so I guess I have to say, just do a lot of rifts if you really want to take advantage of it. There's repeatable quests and things like that too. So the dailies quests, and you'll notice the daily quests because the person has looks like a green recycling symbol above their head. So those are the repeatable quest people. And here I'm just mousing over some of the items so you can see what's available, and showing you some of the locations to some of these quartermasters because they are a bit tricky. Here's the one in Gloamwood, and he sells some pretty neat stuff too, as a matter of fact. I believe he sells a little wolf pup you can buy, and I think I'm going to save up for that guy. I've been doing the dailies around here trying to get my rep up with these guys because they got some pretty neat items. And as I level up my Defiant guy, I'll try to show some of the quartermaster locations for them. I just, I can't play both sides at the same time. But here you can see on my map where this quartermaster is located, and it's right by the Porculus. So here's another one in the Sanctum, and here's like 3 of them together.
Good business deals, yes.
They also equally have nice items you might want to grind rep for. They all seem to have something a little bit different. So, yeah, be sure and check them all out. There's quite a few of them.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. They're all over the place, really. But they're always hidden a little bit. Like, they're always in a little cubby hole. So, check all the little cubby holes when you're in the main zone. Especially at this point in the game, you're better off buying stuff from quartermasters and grinding rep, because auction houses are just insane right now. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the American way, but
until next time,
most people do not have any money right now because the game's just way too new. Just think about it. Every little cent, every little gold in the game had to come from a quest or a mob, and so you have to think about that. Every gold in WoW came from a quest or a mob. So, yeah, I mean that's pretty cool, isn't it? I mean, to think about. I mean, the money just doesn't come out of thin air. And here's a cool little quest I just wanted to show you guys. You have to lead this army, this little band of men here, not really an army, through the little spider path. And it had a little treacherous end. These are the kind of quests that, I wish there was more of. Instead of the just kill X number of mob quests, because there's just way too damn many of those, and there's way too many loot item quests. I mean, there needs to be more quests like this, and I hope as the game matures that more quests like this are added. And as you see, we're ambushed, and everybody was slayed and killed, and there was nothing left. And I wanted to show you this another story quest here, and this is a long quest line. I mean, it was very long, and here I'm just taking you through step by step at a very fast pace. And the very first part, you had to blow up the goblin venom supplies. So yeah, we did that. Blew up all the toxin, and be sure when you set the bombs that you hightail it, because it puts a dot on you that if you let it go, it can really kill you. So as you see, I got the dot there, and it's just kicking my butt. And the other part, you had to kill some named mobs. There was 3 of them, but I didn't think it was necessary to show you me killing all 3 of those. But I would just, wanted to show you this because I've got a little bit better at the combat, and here I was still dual wielding. But as I talked about earlier about changing your roles, and I changed mine, and I've changed mine like in the future videos you'll see. And yeah, that's pretty cool about Rift. As you get better gear, and as you get better planar and things like that, you get incredibly more powerful. So things have changed quite a bit on that end. And here I'm just turning it in, like I said, taking you step by step. And here we're reaching the end, and yeah, we're not in Azeroth anymore, that's for sure. That's pretty cool, that little fiery scene from such a height. And here I'm just turning it in, the very end of it basically. And you know what kind of sucked is it was such a long quest line, and there were so many kill X number of mob quests involved in doing this that here's the reward for all of that. I ring a bell on the balcony, people come out and cheer me, and fireworks go off. I mean, that's my reward for just endless grinding. And I got a little gear out of the quest too, but I mean, yeah, that's nice and everything, but I don't know. I mean, I would have expected more after such a long and lengthy quest line. That's what I got. I got fireworks and people clapping for me. I guess we all need a little cheering on every once in a while, huh? And you could see me walking around. I'm like thinking, man, is that it? I was like, there's got to be a little bit more to this. This has to go in a video. This was hours of work. Yeah, and I kept going, with it. At least I got a little nice reward out of the end project. Something I think I was able to use it. Most of the quest items I've come across, they've been very similar. With stats and everything. They haven't been any great upgrades, even from different zones.
See anything you like?
So. Yeah, and another thing I hate is when the quest giver keeps walking off from you, and you're trying to click on him. Yeah, they need to put those guys in one place and just let them stay there. Let the other guys that aren't important move around. Anyway, let's move on to the forums here. If you haven't heard, rune breaking has been temporarily disabled to avoid an exploit. Yeah, people found an exploit and they exploited the hell out of it. So rune breaking's out of the game for the moment. Hope they fix it soon. And as you can see, I'm just showing you this whole section here because just look how many topics are on DPS meters. DPS meters, they have a good advantage. I'm pro DPS meter. There's no reason not to have it. If somebody's slouching in your group, then you need to know about it. If somebody's just sitting there and picking their ass, then they need to be kicked out of the group. You don't need to be an a-hole about kicking them out. I'm totally against that, but you need to know who's not performing, in dungeons and raids especially, and in such environments. And there's been such controversy against the meter and for the meter. So whatever side you stand on, you don't have to use it. And I don't think, of course there's going to be some people who belittle other people for not doing epic damage, epic deeps. If you don't do the deeps, then you're out of the creeps. If there's going to be people like that. You just have to develop a hard shell. Me doing things like this Rift Insider. I get people making fun of me all the damn time. But that's just comes with the territory. And MMOs, there's a lot of a-holes, and they come with the territory as well. And you just really can't hold that against other people who use DPS meters in a way that is not, they use it to help themselves and help the group. And you really just need to know who's not performing at times, because sometimes you just need to know. And some people might not even realize that they're not up to par, with their DPS or their healing or such. And that, the meter would be the tool that they needed to show them that you're not performing well, and they could be showed by somebody who's more experienced how to play their class better. So there's more advantage to having a DPS meter than a disadvantage. So with that, I'm going to close out this Insider. And this is the Gamer Down, and I am your host, Dark Hostess. I hope you join me next time for the next Insider. I'm out there looking for all the juicy stuff I can find. Just like I was saying, I'm kind of low level, so the juicy stuff is kind of far between. But I'm looking for it. I'm out there. I'm beating the streets. I'm doing all that good stuff. So anyway, thanks again, and be sure and subscribe. Take it easy.